theme song time. That's not it. We're not doing that.
Hey there everybody, thanks for checking out 4 Sheets to the Wind. I'm Chris, one of your hosts, and since this is our first episode, I should probably let you know that all 4 of us are either drunk, high, or both for the whole thing. We're going to be talking movies, specifically a spoiler-rich Wonder Woman 84 discussion, and a fully unscripted and unsupervised dive down the rabbit hole of cinema. Thanks again for finding us. Let's get to the show.
Let me tell you something. This year was the best year I've ever had in my life. Because I was so baked, and I was like,
Did he, like, barely waited for me to click record again to say you were baked again?
We're recording right now?
Yes. That is marketing. That's awesome. Oh,
yes.
Should we do, like, introductions and stuff?
Hello, my name is Cody Talton. And I'm really fucking baked. I'm 27 years old.
Where are you from?
That's not important. Here's what is important.
What's your home address?
They're coming. And you need to know. They live.
Matt, how old are you? Where are we at?
I'm Matthew Branch, 35 years old. I like long walks on the beach. I'm from Durham, originally from Durham, North Carolina.
Wonderful.
Love movies. Started young with my dad, and then got way worse when I started working at a movie theater, then became manager of a movie theater, and then it just blew off.
That's a way to do it. That's a dream.
That's like the perfect introduction to movies right there. You're very lucky.
Yeah.
Please go ahead, Paul.
Damn, I don't think I can one up that.
Yeah.
No, did you have that written out?
No.
That was good.
Well, fuck.
I feel like I need to take a shot. Cool. I'm Paul.
Shit. The end of the journey.
I should be in AA, but I'm not in AA because I'm not a quitter. I also love movies of all kinds. One of my favorite. I was born in Honduras. I'm not a peasant like the rest of you all. But I was raised here, so it's all good.
There weren't
just
any,
North Carolina.
No peasants in Honduras?
No, we're all peasants.
No,
but by that stance, we're all kings, too. We're our own kings.
In Honduras?
Yeah.
Man, he's dropping some deep stoner shit right now.
What do you get from Honduras? You just get bananas and fucking cocoa beans. That's
Hey,
all,
if you think you're a king, then guess what? You're a king.
You can't tell me I'm not. I don't know my birth family.
Boom.
Just saying.
It could be royalty.
Carlos Santana is my dad.
You
You can't tell me
Ricky Santana. This is not Paul. This is Ricky Santana.
Could be royalty running through the veins right now.
Sure could.
I'm trying to think of introduction to movies, though. Oh, no, I had bad insomnia growing up, so I needed something to do from the hours of 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., so...
George Lopez didn't always cut it, you know?
I really didn't.
Bum, 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 bum.
Damn it, Edgy!
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Chris, or Trent, whatever. Fuck, I'm 30.
We have the same birthday, by the way.
Yeah, just me and Paul have the same birthday.
When's your birthday?
September 13th. Oh.
Okay. I'm June 4th.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what if we were the same too? That'd be fucking weird as fuck. Like,
Yeah, that'd be insane.
Throw my asshole against this wall and jump through it.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Wait, you go asshole first?
Yeah.
You would
Yes.
throw your asshole, or like it sucks you in
How do you
by
throw
the
an
asshole?
asshole?
Which way sounds more plausible?
Neither of them
Throw
sound
James.
pleasant.
It's okay. It's not meant to be pleasant. It's about where you're going, not the ride there.
We're all kings.
Yeah,
Cool,
we're all Honduran kings. I love movies because they're the only way that you can experience every human emotion, whether you know how to or not. For some people, it's a way that they learn how to be people, and that's pretty fucking cool.
It is cool.
That
I
shit's
didn't
heavy.
say why I love movies.
Yeah.
I guess I probably should say why I love movies.
I mean, you kind of did, in a way.
I can't remember.
You quoted some stuff from They Live, so
Yes.
I think that's a pretty good introduction to why you love movies.
I have come here to...
I declare I love movies!
You can't just declare it.
Especially horror as well, like Paul.
Yeah.
But I love all movies.
So this is 4 Sheets to the Wind.
I hope we get some fucking viewers. If not,
Listen, I'm not filming shit.
Listeners, viewers.
We hope we get more listeners. But they have to view the podcast in order to listen.
Oh my god, that just registered. Yes, listeners.
We're all the sheets, and we're kind of all fucked up. So,
weed's good. Weed's real good. If you got a dispensary around, go get you some good shit out and watch a good fucking movie.
we're recording this. I think it's the second. If time is real, is time? What is it? The second?
Yes.
Third?
Second.
Second. I've done
You
it.
make
So
life is but a dream.
2021 since the day of our Lord.
we're gonna date. This is a super dated episode now, but it's the first one. It's gonna be dated no matter what. So why am I worried about it? I'll tell you why. Because I'm stoned.
I'm drunk.
Oh yeah, Paul's drunk. I'm also drinking, and so is Cody.
Have you ever seen
is
Last
everyone
Action
drinking?
Hero?
Yes.
I love that movie. Underrated, way ahead of its time. You ever seen it?
Which one?
Last Action Hero?
No, I've not.
With Schwarzenegger?
Did you see Future
How-
Man on Hulu?
I did not watch that.
Oh man,
I watched
you
the
guys.
take.
The second season sucks balls. The first
Compared to the
season's
first
good.
season, absolutely, yeah. But it's basically it's a show written by the same guys that do Preacher,
Okay.
like
I
Seth
like
Rogen, Evan
Preacher.
Goldberg, and
But it's way fun in there.
it's about this guy
Fucking Rogan.
who is obsessed with beating this video game,
Yeah.
and he finally does, and it turns out that video game was a test sent from the future to determine
Kind of
what's
like
the best
Last
warrior.
Starfighter.
Oh.
Because there's a race of like disease immune beings.
That really is kind of like Last Starfighter.
Like, yeah, and he says that when they come through the portal and they're
yeah.
like they explain the plot.
I haven't
He's
watched
like,
it since we watched it at
That's
your
Last
parents'
Starfighter.
house.
Yeah, you need to check it out. It's a really funny show.
Second season sucks balls.
Yeah, just
balls.
watch the first
I'm
one.
serious.
Okay.
They touch on so many different things. Josh Hutcherson is the main guy.
They play on Back to the Future with some cool jokes.
They play on everything.
with some real smart jokes. It's
That's
not
what's
stupid jokes. They're smart
yeah.
jokes. Skip it up.
War Grill,
I don't
Derek
even want to
Wilson.
fucking read this. I do. Oh, thank God. Are we still rolling?
I don't think I ever stopped. I looked up Derek Wilson.
I said rolling again like we're fucking filming. And roll it!
Action.
For all of the viewers.
Where's the clapboard? Where's the clapboard?
Yes.
I'm fucking baked. How'd I do? My titty shaking.
That was good. I
Thank
think
you.
I think
7
if you
out of 10
had-
stars.
If you had a little
Thank
bit more
you.
like
I'll take
meat, like some jiggle meat, it would have sold it for me a little bit more.
You would have gotten 10 out of 10 if you had nipple tassels.
I'll be sure. I'm
We
gonna
go
go
for
to
next
Amazon
time.
and order
That's
some.
for next time.
Amazon's got them.
Amazon
I think they
has
have
to
a
have
sale on nipple tassels. Actually, I'm gonna get me a pair. Can I
No,
read?
you
Can
looked
I
up on the
read
computer.
minds? Did I suddenly become psychic in our fucking? Yeah, you were.
Is there a movie idea there?
What did I just say?
I've already forgotten. I would have to listen to
Me
it
too.
back.
You know what'll help?
Some Doritos.
Remember Return to Oz?
That movie was fucked
That movie
up.
was for an acid trip.
I got shown that in 5th grade on a
Fucking
smartboard.
Perusa Balk. You got shown that in 5th grade in school?
On a smartboard. You know what we watched the day before that was The Emperor's New Groove.
Hell yeah.
Do you know how much of a downgrade it is to
That's
go
a
from
big
watching
ch-
The Emperor's New Groove to watching Return to Oz?
And she gets shock therapy and
It
gets
was
sent
literally-
to Oz.
Yeah.
And it's just shock therapy. You can just
It was
tell that's
fucking
what they're
terrifying.
inferring.
Because as a kid, I was like, "This is a real thing that can
And the
happen."
rollers. Remember the rollers?
Yeah, the rollerblade
No.
dudes.
Ooh, another good movie, Tombstone. Val Kilmer's
Great
Doc
Western.
Holliday.
Great Western.
Fantastic.
That's another one that set the bar for a lot of westerns to follow it.
Alright, this is your last warning. We're diving straight into our review of Wonder Woman 84, and you should take the word review lightly.
Let's keep going.
Well, we
so while we're talking about it, we might as well bring up fucking Wonder Woman real quick. So we can let me R. Kelly this bitch real quick. Out of 10 stars, it receives 2 stars from me, and that's just because I don't want to sound like a complete asshole, but there wasn't enough action. They went against all their core values of the first one. They didn't explain certain objects in that movie that should have been explained.
So many plot holes, man.
Yeah, like I'm confused. I expected a lot fucking more than what I saw.
Absolutely unexplored potential in side plots and actual character development. It felt like it was character regression. I think I want to give it 4.5. I want to be nicer. I really do, because I really love that first one. That impression that it made.
No Man's Land scene.
Outstanding. Right. Like, what happened to that? Where did that vision come from? You know, Patty Jenkins had to fight to get that in the first movie.
Yep.
And that was something that was so pivotal to it and made it an emotional moment as well as a defining moment for that character. That's what the whole movie was about. Where was there anything even remotely close to that in Wonder Woman 84?
Let me ask y'all this then, somebody you hasn't seen it, why is it getting such good reviews? Because there's not a lot coming out and people are just trying to be positive, maybe?
Also, I don't...
And it sounds like it doesn't... Well, the writing does sound kind of shitty as fuck.
But I think it's because it's a female-led movie.
Yeah.
Oh, shots fired.
I'm not saying.
Tell me more.
I'm not saying that there aren't really well done female-led movies.
I appreciate
your
honesty.
I'm not saying that it's anybody's specific fault, but I am saying that people are afraid to report how they actually think a movie was if they think that the way that they reported that movie will
Sound
get them
sexist.
canceled.
Yeah. Twisted Tea don't give a fuck.
Just Bill Burrett.
I like
He's doing
the
alright.
end credits where they brought back the original Wonder Woman.
That was nice.
Have you seen the Gina Davis movie and Sam Jackson, The Long Kiss Goodnight, written by Shane Black?
Not where you were going.
It's so fucking good. Right? Thank
I
you.
did like Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. I didn't really know. I don't know the comics that well, especially Wonder Woman. I always stuck with Marvel.
Sam.
So I don't know exactly how Cheetah is in the comics. I thought Kristen Wiig did okay, but I was hoping for more with her.
I think what it really was a show of largely talented actors and actresses doing the best that they had with, I would say, subpar direction and a god awful script. Because everyone managed to be charming. Like, I wanted to like everybody, and in a movie where
Stacked cast.
yeah, and I mean they all really performed as good as they could have with what they were given. But in a movie that's coming off the heels of the first one being just so good, either they set their own bar way too high, or somebody at the studio is going to lose their job.
You guys aren't the only ones saying that either.
It
And
felt
not
like
enough action.
the entire thing. There was an obvious Act 1, 2, and 3, but the combined emotional punch of the entire thing could have all fit inside one act of a better movie.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
None of the fights were really big payoffs. Even the big end moment.
With Cheetah.
No, the big end moment is where she's actually confronting Max.
How was Cheetah? Because I was most interested in that, because she's a cool villain in the comics. And
So her origin is just she wished to be more like Diana.
Yeah.
And that accidentally gave her Amazonian powers somehow. At the price of her humanity.
that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Did it explain her costume change and how that happened?
At the expense of her humanity,
That's
I
all,
guess.
okay.
I guess.
It just turned her
And
into
also-
a living fucking.
So
half
get this. So
human,
Max
half
wishes
deer.
that he can be the stone.
Be the stone?
Yeah.
Be.
Yes.
Literally,
Yes.
Be the
Yes.
stone.
Yes. He asks. He wishes that, and the stone dissolves. And then whenever he wants something, he says like this, like, "Oh, wouldn't you wish that for me? And the people are like, sure, I would wish that for you. He's like, no, you have to say it.
Yeah,
and they're like, well, I wish that you would be successful.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, good. And
Making me upset.
that's it.
Made us upset.
So the entire end is
He's
he's managed to get on TV and be beamed through particles that are touching everybody at once, so that whenever they are all like, I wish I had $1 million.
And the water's turning the frogs gay.
Me.
So
one person
getting
wishing
his
for
power.
really only $1 million. That's what you want, just $1 million. Not
So,
a billion.
Like 50 billion. Fucking
years ago, $1 million's a lot.
The whole plot device is whenever they wish, like their wish gets granted, but at the cost of the thing that they cherish most, like a monkey's paw thing, which they say over and over in the movie, like. It's like the monkey's paw. They've just like, God, Gal says that
like it
multiple
is.
times. And that's what's fueling Pedro Pascal's power.
Really
and then out of nowhere, Diana like uses her lasso of truth around the beam or some shit. Like, or Max in the beam. And she's talking to everybody in the world on TV. And she's like, you can be better. And
I hated that so much.
That's it.
I hate to speak ill of humanity, but I just feel like the majority of people are like, I still want my wish.
I'm
not going to give my wish back.
As soon as that scene stopped, I had to pause it, and I said, like, I know how this country votes.
Right.
Like, you can't tell me there's not half the country to be like, fuck you, I want one.
Yeah, exactly.
I wish to have a Velociraptor on a four-wheeler, and I'm going to get it. You're going to tell me that Wonder Woman was just like,
with 2 M6s attached to the side.
you can't always have what you want. I did, and I had to give it up. I'm like, fuck you. Too bad. 100%. So, like, even the biggest plot moment is not believable. And it's not believable in principle or in execution at all. And I don't like when movies become messages in their final moments, because like it was super obvious. She was looking at the camera, looking at the screen.
It should have been.
She was talking to the audience
the whole time.
So it was all supposed to be. It was a message in like a political nature to the audience, like, choose to be better. We can make a better world for each other.
Yeah.
Well, like we said,
Is that a good accent? Is that what she sounds like?
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
everybody's entitled
You're listening, Gal.
for a bad
You sound
movie.
much better.
You sound and look, I promise, like a million times better. But, I mean, come on.
Right.
Come on.
Everyone's allowed to have a stinker or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of people arguing back saying, well, it's fine. Freaking the male superheroes, they have 3 shitty movies and they keep asking them back for more. Just give her one. It's like, yeah, but I just... As good as the first one was, and
That's the thing. I think everybody really is
coming
rooting for
back.
DC to be successful because a lot of people think that their subject matter is better.
I think
But
it's
they're-
about to be.
Their execution has just been so off base every single time for
I really don't understand why. Like, Marvel seems to be just super consistent,
yeah.
Yeah.
and DC cannot copy it. And I it's crazy. I thought eventually they'd get it right, and they still.
And
Just
they
a lot of it,
seem,
yeah.
what's the word? Organized. They seem very
I
organized.
say
like-
formulaic.
Yeah, well, they're starting to. Well, the Falcon and Winter Soldier looks like Lethal Weapon with superheroes, which looks different.
Yeah, all of the
And
new stuff
The What If.
is pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's all different. Like every movie, if you really look at it and break down what is at stake or what's happening, they're all the same.
Fun, but this, yeah.
There's the origin, there's the rise, there's the price they have to pay to save the world, and then there's the happy ending
But here's
and
the
the setup
thing.
for the next one. And
It's been
they all do that.
confirmed that DC, not Marvel, DC, of course, is bringing back Keaton's Batman, and Flash is going to be going to different versions of all the different movies they've done.
Yes.
Most of them.
And I'm into it.
And they said even
I want it to be
including,
so good.
and they said even including a certain red cape superhero. How the hell are they going to do that? Digital, that could be disrespectful. They could use old footage maybe. and kind of.
You're talking for Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would assume they would have to do the old footage or the digital recreation. I would assume they would have to.
Yeah. They would have to.
No, it's going to be Brandon Routh.
He played him in the Crisis on Infinite Earth and did an awesome job, and they used the John Williams theme for a second, and it was fucking dope. I will say that. But it's still not the same. What if they could find a way to do it and even color grade it to look like the old 70s stuff? That would be dope, because he's in that world.
How you feeling, Paul?
Good.
I'm most excited for Keaton's Batman coming back. I've seen the concept art. It looks dope as fuck.
Yes.
I'm excited for that. I was also going back to our other conversation, whiskey thoughts right now.
Now time for Paul's whiskey thoughts.
Whiskey rants by Paul.
This is a segment we're going to call Paul's Whiskey Rants.
Brought to you by Tullamore Dew.
Fucking Tron. That's another reboot that I almost enjoyed more than the original. I think the reboot of Tron was fucking amazing.
I think the original is groundbreaking. I think parts of it get really slow, and I agree with you 100%. I think the sequel, reboot, whatever, with the sun is fantastic, especially the light cycle stuff.
So
when
cool
they
looking.
jump and it's just a bar, and I love that when it
transformation
transforms
shot.
around them.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They kept it good, and they did less. They didn't try to over the top CGI it too much than they needed to.
I love that he goes to Flynn's arcade to go down there, and
that was a cool
Garrett
scene.
Hedlund has deserved to be a bigger star than he is for a long time.
yeah, wasn't he in Triple Frontier?
Yes.
On Netflix?
Let's not talk about that.
Did you watch 999 yet?
I couldn't finish it because it gets really heavy. By the way.
Triple Frontier or Triple Nine?
No, not 999. I'm thinking of actually the Five Bloods.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, that was an intense one.
We
watched that together.
It gets intense. It's good.
Shout out to Cobra Kai in season 3, though.
I'm gonna start it tonight. I think since you've been saying it, so it might even be the best one yet.
Geez, think about the Five Bloods and think about all that Chadwick Boseman was dealing with and still doing extra projects on top of doing the Black Panther movie.
I still haven't seen the Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which I want to see.
I haven't either.
They said that he had cancer even filming Black Panther.
Yeah.
And he looks
He had
vibrant.
to beef up for it.
He
Do you know
looks.
how hard it is to beef up muscle when you're doing chemotherapy?
Yeah, he's a true fucking warrior.
Insane. So much respect for
We
the man.
lost him too soon.
Yeah.
And he was T'Challa, and he did a great job.
Yeah.
And he looks vibrant in Black Panther. You would have never known. He looks great.
That's Grace.
Another
Real
person
Grace.
in Ma Rainey that had a transformation after the movie was Viola Davis. Well, for the movie and after, she gained quite a bit of weight to be Ma Rainey, and then she lost it pretty quick after that for some other role. And they had like a before and after kind of picture.
Oh, I
It's
didn't know
crazy.
that.
She lost it, gained and lost a ton of weight for that role. It's great. It's
She's a
unbelievable
great
to see
actor.
actors and actresses gaining a crap ton and losing. They put their bodies through like.
Yeah.
I think Christian Bale, is the poster person.
He got.
He
that.
said he's
Did
done
that.
recently. He said my body's fucked. He said he hurts every day. No wonder.
Well, he did The Machinist, where he got
Yeah.
down to 80 pounds.
And
And
Shaney.
then, no, the literal next movie that he did was Batman Begins. He had to beef up from 80 pounds to 180 pounds.
I
said
read
that was
too
working
that
out
he
eating
was too big
cheeseburgers.
when he first showed up. He was too bulky, and
He
they
ate a
had
lot of
him
cheeseburgers. That's what he
slim
said.
down a little bit.
Is that crazy? He was like, I know it's bad, but I just ate a whole bunch of cheeseburgers.
He was a great Batman.
Yeah.
I didn't like his voice, but I know everybody likes him. Yeah. He's a great Batman, though. I'll give it to him. And he was an even better Bruce Wayne, I think. He was a great Bruce
I think I liked him as Bruce Wayne so much because I liked him so much in American Psycho, and I felt like he took Patrick
Yeah.
Bateman over,
Yeah.
where he was kind of like a rich
Where
asshole.
there's the crazy underneath, too. You can just
Yeah.
see there's something underneath that he's hiding.
Exactly.
That's him from American Psycho after he undergoes a lot of therapy. He changes his name and takes the identity of a dead kid. Boom. Conspiracies. This is Conspiracy Corner.
Conspiracy corner.
You don't want to start that with me right now.
No, I don't. Please, let's not.
You think we landed on the moon?
You believe in the moon?
Right.
We can go into Shining theories about Danny's sweater with the Apollo ship on it,
Oh, dude, I want to show you this meme.
and saying that he filmed the moon landing.
I believe it. If
Yeah.
anyone could have, it was Kubrick.
I would agree with that because of 2001's special effects
Yes.
still held up, especially the space ship stuff. It's fantastic.
Especially. Yeah. Especially when you think of how much America needed a win at that time. So why they wouldn't just take it to build up morale.
Yes.
I don't know why anyone could say no.
I know.
Well, I saw it on TV. We all did. Well, okay. I've all seen it. No mind. We ain't gonna talk what I've seen on TV.
I've seen fucking Captain Kirk teleport too on TV. You never know, man, but I think we're up there now, of course. I think there's too much proof of that now, at least. I don't know back then. I like conspiracy theories. I think they're fun to talk about. You know they were re-recorded over all the audio tapes from it?
I did that with all of my drama projects in high school.
But this is the moon landing. They re-recorded. NASA accidentally re-recorded over every single audio tape.
NASA recordings, his drama recordings. Potato.
But yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm actually 135 years old.
All right, Buzz Aldrin.
There could have been some Oscar-worthy performances that he taped over.
No,
And now we're never going to hear him.
Sure. Did you see Chris Evans is voicing a young Buzz Lightyear in the new Pixar movie?
Really?
I gotta be really honest, dude. You said Chris Evans, and I started picturing him, and I zoned out totally.
I thought of Chris Pine.
He's playing.
I was just thinking Chris Pine. Fucking whiskey, man.
Oh shit, that's what I'm drinking.
Time.
I forgot.
Right, me too.
Saying Chris Pine, bringing it back to Wonder Woman. I felt
Please,
like
yes.
she relied on him more than... Like, she's supposed to be independent, but she did not want to let him go. She wished him back. And then only to let him go.
That entire arc where it just ends with him being like, "No, you have to. I'm already gone." And he's like, "I can't." And then he's like, "You have to." Like, the plot requires that you do this.
It totally negates.
I'll never love again.
It negates
God.
one of the best scenes in the first movie. When
Exactly.
I wish we had more time when she realizes what he said. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the best scenes, and I think her at the very, very end looking at his picture. Perfect ending. Perfect.
Yeah. That's where they should have left that storyline, but people love Chris
Exactly.
Pine so much.
They should have done what they did in the comics and have it be Steve's great grandson or great grandson.
For some reason, that's who I thought the possessed person was going to be. Like he popped into the guy's body because he was part of his family.
Genealogy.
Yeah, but then it wasn't. It was just some random dude.
I just do it like the comics and just have her fall in love with the great grandson.
That's what they did with that Blake Lively movie, Age of Adeline.
That was a good movie.
And that was
There's
awesome.
I like that.
Yes.
That was very underrated.
I fucking love
And
that.
Benjamin Button, speaking of movies like that, Curious Case of
Oh,
Benjamin
I
Button.
cried my eyes
Oh,
out. at Benjamin
dude. Oh,
Right?
man.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. I love how we're supposed to be talking about Wonder Woman.
I feel like that's how, if I tried to
And
watch
we
it, I'd get
we
too
just
much.
like we
man.
keep
It's-
no, but like it sucked so bad that we have to keep going away and talking about better movies,
Right.
Because that's how much it sucked.
I'd like to talk about better movies right now because this is getting depressing.
All right, well there you go. That's our final review of Wonder Woman ¡84. Depressing.
It sucked.
And about 3 stars, I think, at an average. So we'll just call that 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's bad. All right.
No, I gotta get some other music. This stuff sounds too epic, and well, if I'm being honest, I'm still pretty high. So we'll call this our smoke break. When we return, we're going to be talking about a lot of different things very quickly, but promise it all works out. Just hang tight. Why am I saying that? Please keep listening.
I feel like we probably should have started sober.
I thought that when we were out there, but I thought it when I was like, woo! So I was like, it's too
Maybe we
quick.
should have. Whoops.
You know in Back to the Future Part 3 when they're past the point of no return?
Yeah.
I'm that. I'm just going to ride this out now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're lucky, you'll come back to 1985.
It's a better
I
time
don't want my to go for all that mom shit. I don't want to. I want the DeLorean. Give me the DeLorean.
Okay, so now I want to just.
Give me it.
I don't have one.
Christopher, give it.
I don't have one.
Usual.
I feel like a pile of butter melting on a big old stack of flapjacks. Yeah.
So
I did not exist. Okay.
Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. How much time actually elapses in present day 1985 from the first one to the last one? 33 years. So it takes place in 2008.
You know that's my favorite movie of all time.
Right.
So ask me again because I was totally baked out of it.
So okay. I want to know in 1985 how much time passes.
Can be Marty McFly. Go ahead.
Holy shit! Stay down and shut up.
There you go.
Remember?
Yes.
Dude,
how much time passed in
It
1985?
just feels right. Dude,
When he
that's
comes back in
awesome,
the first
man.
one.
That's awesome. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Back to the Future.
Back to
Hell
the
yes.
Future.
How much time passes in 1985 as the present day in the entire Back to the Future series?
One day.
One full day passes in 1985.
Oh, how many full days?
Are you counting like in just in Hill Valley in general, or are you talking how much time passes with Doc and Marty?
No, I'm talking like just in Hill Valley. Like to everybody else, how long has Marty McFly been like somewhere?
One night. One day and one
For the
night.
entire trilogy?
It's just a day. Yeah.
No, it's gonna be multiple days.
Does it not? Because he
Six
comes back and goes to
Google
sleep.
it. No, not counting Marty and Doc's time. How much time they spend. How much time just passes in Hill Valley for everybody else.
Right.
Just
he's
it's
gone.
one day.
He's gone. Is that a valid question?
Yeah.
Who's
Do you
gone?
know the answer?
No.
Oh, I thought you could damn it.
No. Big reveal.
Son of a.
I don't know
Who's
anything.
gone? Am I gone? Am I alive? Am I still here? Can y'all see me? And we're here with E Street Band. And we're gonna give y'all a good show tonight.
So what I want to
Oscar,
I want to know,
I can do that.
I want to know what you think the best movie that would be considered in a league to be an Oscar-winning picture,
That has not
That was the
won an
toughest one
Oscar.
for me.
like may or may not have,
Yeah, it's
may or may not have won an Oscar.
Okay.
Like if there's one that you think
Okay.
was
The
there
question is, yeah,
It's
if
all
I-
personal.
something I wanted for an Oscar that hadn't got one.
that you could have seen getting one, like Hell or High Water, and that was just a good year, but like super good movie.
Good movie. Love them.
And it was nominated, and like that's great, but it didn't win because there was something else.
Love them modern day
What was
westerns.
it, 2014?
I can't remember if mine won.
It was when I was still
So,
living with
something- yeah.
the devil's ass.
Devil's
The
ass.
devil's ass. That's
So yeah,
like
something
2013.
that could have won a
Thank you, sir.
an Academy Award. Something that is just your go-to, like make me happy. This is
Okay.
what I want to see.
It didn't win. It didn't win Best Picture. Mine didn't.
I mean, if it was nominated, it deserved it.
It was nominated, but didn't win.
And then the other three are
Thank you, sir.
literally whatever. Like, if you want three more that are the Academy Award kind, or if you want three more that are like
I got a query.
Land Before Time.
First off, how do you chew again?
It's just the up and the down.
Oh, we're all stoned, by the way. 4 sheets to the wind right here, baby. Coming straight from Vegas. No, we're North Carolina. That was a total lie. Damn, the Oscar one is giving me trouble because it's hard. Wait, when you say go-to movie, what's go-to movie?
Like you feel good.
Like you feel good. This is what I want to
favorite.
see.
That's in the top 3.
I mean, it could be your all-time favorite. It's whatever you want.
I just want to make sure I'm getting it right.
Okay, so what if I give you mine, and then that can help you inform yours?
Yes.
Does that sound okay?
Yes, it
Okay.
does. It
So-
sounds perfect.
No surprise, mine's Interstellar for the first one. My Academy Award level. Christopher Nolan's my favorite.
We're doing directors?
Bullshit. No,
You're just explaining
explaining why. Yes,
what the podcast is about.
pretty much. Yeah.
I'm listening. I got it. And yes, Chris Nolan deserves.
Yeah, I hate the shit that he gets for putting in like detail. That's kind of what I like watching.
He's very old school. Like a lot of his sensibilities. Just to go off of what you're saying real quick, I started a dialogue here.
Yeah, please.
A lot of his sensibilities, I feel like, are old school. He's influenced by old school filmmaking that you do not see in any movie today. And he is one of my favorites as well. He's not my top favorite, but he is one of my favorites.
Phenomenal.
And I think that it's because of that. I think he's influenced by a lot of stuff that he grew up on.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of shots that mimic. I'm trying to think of an example. Even some silent films, just the way action scenes are shot and stuff.
He frames things differently than anybody else is doing it right now.
Yep.
And I like his attention to detail because it reminds me of Kubrick. Because Kubrick's my favorite.
Yes.
And Kubrick
Oh,
would go
good
through
call.
and Kubrick would just make every detail
Everything
matter.
on screen is something
Right.
important.
And
And
Nolan does the same thing. He doesn't show you
Sometimes
anything, it doesn't matter.
Kubrick, he pisses me off. I love him, but he pisses me off sometimes because sometimes he knows people are looking for his details, or did know they're looking for
We're in
his
the
details.
past.
Yeah.
We're coming to you from the 60s.
Yeah, we're time travelers, motherfuckers. I think that he would throw. I think I read somewhere he would throw MacGuffins in that didn't mean jack shit because he knew people were looking for details in his movies by a certain point, and he would just put stuff in there that didn't have a point,
Right?
Just to toy with the audience. And part of me respects that a whole lot because I think it's funny.
He was still an artist in it.
Mm-hmm.
So many people are
Very interesting man.
It's all crowd service to a certain degree. I'd say the majority of the industry is trying to make people just happy. Because it's rare for a filmmaker to challenge their audience anymore.
Right.
I
Yeah.
love
I hate
that
that.
about Nolan.
Yeah.
I want to see a movie end negatively. I'm tired of, it ties into a bow at the end. Happy
Yeah.
ending. No,
That's
give
not
me-
real life.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I like Manchester by the Sea.
That
Or
was
Inception.
Yeah.
That one was sad, fucking start to finish.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was good.
And it didn't pull any punches.
No, it was.
No, it
raw.
hit you every second of that movie is just punching you right in the gut.
Yeah.
And it ends that way as well. But you're
That's
right.
That's
I
why I
agree.
think one of my favorite romance movies is Blue Valentine because of how real it is.
Yes.
I haven't seen that one.
It's
Ryan
good.
Gosling.
Is it Ryan
Michelle
Gosling,
Williams.
Michelle Williams?
Is that Michelle Williams in that one?
What's her name?
Pretty sure.
That was Drive with
You're
Michelle
right.
Williams.
You're right.
But anyway, so Interstellar for me was Nolan at his best, firing on all cylinders,
She's in Blue Valentine too. Michelle Williams.
hitting
Okay.
like emotional beats, action beats. They fucking had to figure out how to show a black hole accurately, and
For the first time.
actually did it for the movie.
Time.
And that's the only CG that's in the whole thing. Like even the ship shots were practical. That's fucking crazy.
That's
So-
some old school Star Wars shit. I love that. The long shots when it would pan out and
Yes.
and then you could see it going by.
Barely.
Oh, it's
To show the
awesome.
scale. Like to
Right.
us it's the main thing. But, yeah. Love that.
Mhm.
So that's why that's my first one. My second one, which is my go-to for fun, is Speed Racer with Emil Hirsch. When's the last time that you watched Speed Racer?
I've watched parts of it recently. I watched clips on
When it came
YouTube.
out.
Seriously?
Like,
Oh my
I mean,
God.
honest, I'm not gonna-
It's on.
Excuse me.
I think it's on Netflix.
Okay.
You gotta.
The race scenes are cool. They're very
The
stylized.
entire first 15 minutes feels like the opening of one of the episodes of the show, but in modern CG, exaggerated the same way that the cartoon would have been. But
People didn't want that at the time.
Based off cartoon. That's why I never.
Yeah, oh,
I never
yeah,
watched
yeah.
Speed Racer. I never watched the show.
it's
so
basically the same story.
They intended for it to look like a cartoon, and people
Yes.
didn't know how to process that at the time.
Right. It felt campy when it came out.
It's not one of my favorite movies, but I agree with that.
I highly, highly recommend that you check it out again. Because
I love the race scenes.
even in the opening race scene, literally the first 15 minutes, it keeps cutting back to him as a kid with his brother.
Yeah.
And,
John
like,
Goodman.
you can tell he's gonna be
Doesn't
good.
John Goodman play
He's
the
the
dad?
Uh,
Do they have the monkey in it? I forget. And I love Racer X.
Yeah.
And the Mach 5 is in my top favorite movie
What's his
cars.
name?
Or
Matthew
show
Fox.
cars.
So in the first 15 minutes, they managed to give you the entire backstory of pretty much every character that's important and deliver good action. And I almost cry at the end when they do the hologram thing of him racing his brother.
Trying to beat the time.
But then he doesn't want to because to him he's still racing with his brother if he's not beating him. And it's when he beats him he erases him, but he doesn't want to. So
Very good point, sir.
it's classic good storytelling, and it's fun, so much fun to watch. Next one's Back to the Future 2. I like the second one more than the first one.
You want to hear something? I love all of them, and in the first one, the reveal of the DeLorean slowly backing out the steam, and you hear Alan Silvestri's theme start to just jingle a little bit, and you know something special is about to happen. Doc, you disintegrated Einstein.
The first movie was like absolutely pitch perfect. The fact that the second one managed to include and top the tension built in that final moment, but it wasn't just one moment in Back to the Future 2 because it timed up with other big moments from the first one and then had its own shit going on too. To manage to create that feeling twice and in such a memorable way was just incredible and like revelatory.
And they introduced perfect things like the hoverboard. It's just perfect.
It's classic.
So cool.
That's one of the things that people think about when they think about Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a part of the cultural lexicon now. Like, people want that technology because of that movie.
Yep.
And it's still happening.
And people still buy replicas of flux capacitor just because of that movie.
Yep.
All the time.
I've got the sports almanac in my room right now, and I got a lithograph photo of Part 3 with the tombstone Polaroid.
Yeah.
And if you turn it a certain way, it'll disappear and reappear, and it goes from Clint Eastwood to Doc and to nothing. You know, it's on Etsy for like $5. So if you want one, there's where you get it. It's pretty cool. I would recommend it. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I just want to say it's a fucking cool replica.
Think about how perfect.
You know how I love replicas. I gotta talk about some replicas.
Yeah. Think about how perfect the act structure was in Back to the Future 2, where it had, here we are in 2005, or here we are in 1955, or here we are in 1985, but it's not 1985, but it is 1985. And to space everything out so perfectly where the act structure dictates the pacing of the movie. You know what's going on, but it still grabs you and doesn't let go. Incredible.
You want to hear something crazy?
Please.
I can't remember exactly. You might have to Google this one too, but there's 4 or 5 DeLoreans in 1955 at one time at one point.
Yep. I think it's 5.
Or even it's 5. But I can't remember it. I'm pretty sure.
Timeline's crazy. Another time. Because the next one's Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, interesting.
Good choice.
So good.
When he breaks the glass and finally realizes
I like
Spider-Man
the little details too in the animation, like in the forest scene.
Unsticking.
Yeah, I mean they bothered to try and make every single panel, like every frame of that movie, look like a comic book.
Like when he bounced off the
like
cab.
if you took a picture of it, it looks like a panel from a comic
like that cab scene when he bounces off the cab and for a split second it turns
just
into a comic panel almost. Yeah.
So beyond that, in the forest scene, after they break out of the lab, getting chased by Doc Ock, when they're swinging and Peter Parker is trying to teach Miles how to swing, Miles is animated at 12 frames per second, and Peter's animated at 24 frames per second. So it's tiny little visual hints like that, like, he doesn't know what he's doing. It looks just a little clunkier, and you don't know why, but it's because he's animated at half frame.
And there's always 3 or 4 different types of animation blended together. And
it was layers and layers and layers of stuff stacked on to make that movie. And of course, by the end of it, he's animated in 24 frames as well, and that's when he knows what he's doing.
I love that upside down shot when he's doing the "What's Up, Danger" song.
What's the script say? He's not falling; he's rising.
Yeah, he's not falling; he's rising. That says everything about the scene that you need to know.
God, that was a good movie. That set up an incredible
good
universe.
call, Christopher.
Thank you.
Fuck you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Last one for me is The Sandlot.
Nice. Oh man, dude, you're pulling out some deep cuts, dude. I love Sandlot as well. So
me too. A lot of times when I think about a movie and I think about one that I remember watching the most when I was a kid, I watched that movie more than any other one probably. But it wasn't even my fault. AMC played it all the time, and
I had it in
why not?
I had it in a clamshell VHS.
I did too. I still do.
Yeah.
But I think about movies that I can recall, movies that are a big part of my life, and that movie is still getting quoted today by like the generation that's out now experiencing their youth and like learning about things are still watching that movie. And
it's timeless, dude.
Exactly.
Give me some PF Flyers and watch this go.
That entire last scene with Benny outrunning Hercules.
Ooh, it's a big doggy. I love that little kid. It's
So
ooh,
classic.
big doggy. Hercules.
Full of classic moments.
I
like
love
that.
Hercules.
And feel good to the max, but it gives you that sense of experiencing your childhood again.
And even if you don't like
Vicariously.
baseball, you can still love the movie because it's not about baseball. Baseball's a part of it.
It's a human story.
Yeah, and it's about growing up. It's almost in the vein of like a Stand By Me type.
Yes, just about baseball instead of
Yeah,
murder.
but you can love it for the growing up and, especially our age, because we all did shit like that, I'm sure, as a kid, in the backyard of some house,
Yep.
Good
There you
call.
go. That's my 5.
All right, Paul, you're next.
Moving along. All right.
Yeah, why not? I mean, do whatever you want to do.
Well, it ain't no surprise, but my number one took no time because number one's The Shining.
Yeah,
I love Kubrick.
Yeah.
The detail for everything. I think my biggest thing that I enjoyed that I didn't really realize I enjoyed until I read about it was how you have no indication of how big the resort is or where they are because you just shot scene to scene instead of showing them running up the stairs, which leads to this room or this room.
Almost, it goes on forever.
Right. That way you get bewildered and you understand the intensity of running through this place away from Jack, who loses his mind because they don't know it any better than you.
No clue where you're going.
What's your favorite scene?
It's probably. I think my favorite scene, honestly, is when he really snaps when Wendy's bothering him when he's writing.
Yeah.
Because I also enjoy writing, and I get sometimes
Gonna
it's when
bash your fucking brains in.
right,
Yeah.
like it's just like fuck, dude, like just leave me the fuck alone,
yeah.
and then it's like, all right, cool, now I'm just gonna kill you and the kid.
It's
Is it a good
over.
sign
It's over at
that
this point. Yeah.
That's what you.
It's good for me
Like,
because I'm gonna be fine. Sorry, Sam, but I'm gonna be fine. Probably not, but I love that. The Johnny scene is awesome too, but just how Jack Nicholson was able to capture
Crazy.
slowly losing your mind and just
And
how
the slow. You're right.
Yeah.
The slow losing it.
the build, because it wasn't just abrupt like, oh, I'm possessed by something or this that.
Right.
It was okay. My mental stability is cracking right now, and it's starting small,
And the
it's bigger.
spirits are fucking with him.
There's
Doesn't the guy that killed his wife and kids before open the freezer for him?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it is haunted as well. So it's probably possessing him maybe in some way. Making him go slowly mad.
the hotel's collecting
We
people.
all go a little mad sometimes.
It's true. My second movie is funny because it has The Shining in it as well, but my feel-good movie of all time, because it's always going to be a Spielberg movie, is Ready Player One.
Oh man, that's like it's the greatest hit, Steven Spielberg greatest hits.
Yeah.
You have everything you want. You got some romance, you got action, drama, some horror elements. Like,
Dude, when they go in The Shining, I bet you lost your shit.
I was with Matt.
Yeah.
We screamed at the movie, and I almost cried when screaming. I was like,
the theme, dude.
yeah. I was like, Matt, what the fuck? What's happening? What is this? Because I had no idea.
Yeah,
And that's not what happened in the book, so I didn't know that's what was going to happen. I thought they were going to go back to Ridgemont High.
in the book, he has to reenact the entire movie War Games, line by line.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I was expecting to happen, or some shorter version of that. To do the DeLorean with the kit from Knight Rider, lights. Oh man, you're right. Good choice.
Yeah, because I can't tell how many times I've watched that or made my poor girlfriend have to watch that.
And it's not just fan service; it's a great story too.
Right.
Great story.
And it's all generations.
The
because
best
of
thing
the
about
housing
it for
and
me
things.
was that it was fan service, but it was fan service to every fan of anything.
Right.
Like anybody that likes anything that's in pop culture had something that they could look at in that movie and say like, "Oh yeah, that thing's there."
And I don't mind fan service as long as it has a plot as well. And it had a plot. It had a good plot.
Right.
A really good plot. And what's his name? Ben Mendelsohn.
Yes,
He did a great job as a villain. He's really
was
good
born
at
to play
playing
a
a
villain.
villain.
He
Yeah.
was.
he's too good.
But like the rich dickhead one that he
Yeah.
played, like it was
Yeah.
perfect for that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just him. I believed it.
Right. Like, he's
Exactly.
never been anyone else like that. It's just,
Exactly.
he's still there mad.
Yeah, he's just.
He's working for ILI.
And I mean, they got me a lot too. As like when they showed the Iron Giant, I was like, that was my heart.
Yeah.
Like that's the movie
I
when I was a
love
kid.
that
Like
movie.
Iron Giant because it makes you cry and happy. Oh,
Iron
The only
Giant's
thing that I
awesome.
don't believe about Ready Player One is that everybody would choose to look like that.
It'd be a lot more sexual. I'm sorry.
and they lightly
Or
touch it.
just,
They're like, well, people
like-
do stuff like that there, and
There,
that's it. And it's like,
I want to see somebody that looks like Knuckles the Echidna, but like if he had human legs.
They have fucking Chucky. What else do you want?
I want
It's fucking
I want
Chucky.
And they have
Knuckles the
Jason.
Echidna
like
with
Yeah,
human
yeah,
legs.
yeah.
the battle scene. Like
Yeah.
there's so many horror.
I want like
references.
Michael Jordan from the
Batmobile.
waist down, Knuckles the Echidna from the waist up.
Yeah.
But like he has like Mickey Mouse's hands, but you're like they both have gloves. So is it Mickey's or is it just Knuckles?
Too baked. No, you're going in too baked territory.
That's fair.
Sorry.
Yes, continue, sir.
My third favorite, it's going to be The Thing with
Oh,
Kurt Russell. Because like you were talking about with practical applications and you can't beat that because less is more. Because as much as I enjoyed the newer version of it,
do you see what I meant?
Yeah. You don't know how much I love The Thing.
What you just did is what I was telling you, the kind of moments that I would have. Finally.
I feel like we've all been friends for years.
right? This is our first time all of us meeting, just so you guys know. Well, not all of us, but half of
It's
us.
the first time for
Yeah.
all of us to be here.
Yeah.
At one place.
And where is here? The underworld, motherfuckers.
In 1960 again. That's true. We are in 1960.
Dude, yes, good choice.
But yeah, The Thing does no wrong.
I have it on VHS
No, it
and I
holds
just
up.
watched it the other day. The practical effects all still look very real. And that's
And that
rare
makes it
for a
scary.
80s
It
movie.
holds way
Yeah.
up.
That's
The- like when your brain has something that it can actually, like you can pick out CG almost every
Right.
time. That was the problem with the new one. And the shittiest thing about the new one was that they built the
Filmed it,
practical
right.
effects for it and filmed it and then
Yeah.
rotoed them out and used them as reference points for CG.
Why would you do that?
Why?
That's extra money.
It's like
And
putting carpet over your hardwood floors.
And even before Corridor Crew did that, I saw a fucking thing saying that those practical effects
saw a
they
thing?
did, there's you can see some of them online. I saw
They look good too.
They look amazing.
Like,
what's your favorite scene? I'm curious.
And The Thing.
Yeah, or a couple, because I know it's hard.
Yeah, it's
The whole movie's pretty good.
That is really tough.
I'll tell you mine if you can't think of
the,
one.
the opening scene with the dog running in.
Yeah.
Because I
And
didn't,
nobody knows what the fuck is going on,
and they don't
and
realize
they
what he's
can't
yelling.
understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
And if they did, he's yelling, "Hey, this is an alien! Shoot it, kill it!"
Yeah.
If only
They
they
don't know.
could have spoke Swede. They could have fucking shot the dog and everything.
I enjoyed the dogs in that. I'm not even gonna lie, how well trained they were to be able to act like that.
Yeah, anytime a dog's in a
Like,
movie.
When they're in the pen and the one
Yes.
breaks open and they're all like clawing the
fucking
fucking
terrifying.
thing.
Yeah,
And my second favorite scene is when they're all tied to the chairs and McCready is testing the blood.
yes.
And after it's all done, yeah, and there's the head thing, and they go, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!"
Right.
And it's just there's a little touch to the humor that levy it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's John Carpenter.
John
Yeah,
Carpenter is my third favorite director of all time.
I can be behind that.
Just
That's what the practical effects looks like.
Right.
You
That's
see
just
that?
makeup.
Like they built a dude.
Yeah.
It's a silicone head, but it's all practically
and it
done.
moves. It'll go. "Oh!"
Yeah, they built a rig for it where it would actually move and like crawl, but the head would just kind of flop around. Fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Why did they ruin that?
I love the opening where the title card like burns in. Like,
Yep.
shh, and you see
They probably
the
went
thing
off
in blue.
of the VHS
It does.
See, my thing.
You have that one, don't you?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't
there you
know
go.
you.
I think my last thing about The Thing that I really did love is
Yes.
that there's never an explanation why the aliens were here. And I enjoyed that because
Yeah.
it's not they're here for any of our resources. They're not
You
here
don't
to take us
know if
over.
they crash.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to get the fuck out. We don't really know. They're just here.
That's
Oh,
directors
and,
challenging their movies, their
Right.
audiences again.
Yes, and I love how it transforms into so many different like alien types all melded together, showing that it's probably been to like thousands of worlds. and you're getting a taste of all the different things it's absorbed.
Yes.
It's so good. Do you like horror?
I do
Yeah.
love horror. Yeah. My dad got me into horror when I was younger. It
Nice.
was fun. He would never let me watch wrestling. You know,
He
it was fake and
likes
violent, but we can watch, the Day of the Dead or any Steven Spielberg movie.
Gotta love dads.
Parent logic. I can watch Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings.
that
but
parent
Harry Potter,
logic.
Right.
Too much witchcraft.
It's the devil.
Lord of the Rings. No
The
problem.
devil.
Because Gandalf's not a wizard or fucking anything.
We met at church.
Okay.
And, there were people there who used to do yard sales. Like the youth group would do a yard sale.
Right.
And there were parents that would come through and
Yard
comb it for anything that they considered a cult.
Yeah.
And they removed Harry Potter books more than once.
I believe that.
They can kiss my sweet titties.
Stephen King, not Steven Spielberg. Stephen King movie. My dad was a huge Stephen King fan.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
trying to think,
Rightfully so. He's one of the best.
Scary Spielberg.
Yeah, I was like, not Spielberg.
Scary Spielberg.
King.
Has he ever done anything that you would consider scary?
Goonies.
Who?
Spielberg.
Goonies.
Goonies is scary?
Look, like I said, I'd go with realistic things. So some bandits that rob some shit, you find out that they're chasing you.
Yeah, it's all
that's real.
played,
That
it's all,
right,
it's all
possible.
played over the top in that, but you're right, in real life, you'd be like, holy fucking shit. Well, we'd all act like Chuck.
Yep.
And in the third grade! You're freaking
I
out.
love that milkshake scene.
Look,
There's nothing
look.
that will beat that when he's
Classic.
oh shit!
Yeah, yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh, police chase! Oh, shit! I love that shit, too. What'd you ask me?
I don't know.
I said, anything Spielberg scary.
Is that Spielberg?
Apparently, that's what
I did not-
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I got some inside info on that, okay?
On Poltergeist?
Yes.
I'm also getting more pizza.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Oh, thanks, bud.
What's wrong?
Toby Hooper directed that movie, right?
I think...
Yes.
Are you on it?
I know that for a fact. Toby Hooper directed it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so,
He apparently was having issues with the shoot, and they said it wasn't anything too serious, but Spielberg had his hands all over it. And to me, you can tell it feels like an Amblin movie, like a scary Amblin.
Yeah.
Now there's a scary Disney movie that I know about that's really fucking good. It's called Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Oh, yeah. I know that one.
It's a good one.
That's a classic.
Yeah, it's got Jonathan Pryce is the bad guy, the devil that comes to town for the carnival.
I was afraid of Phantom of the Megaplex.
That's Disney Channel original movies. Now we can have a whole fucking 2-week conversation on that. That's fucking Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, Under Wraps. I love Under Wraps with the Harold the Mummy.
Classic.
I think it's Harold.
Paper
I also
Brigade?
think it's deep cut.
Right.
Oh
The Paper Brigade?
my god.
I've been trying to find that for weeks. That's one of my old-time favorite movies. I love that. Gunther?
You
Yeah.
can't find it because we're in 1960. Podcast continuity. 1960.
I
Here we go.
totally forgot about that movie, and then when you said it, it all had like a flush of like, oh yeah.
That does exist.
Mm-hmm.
So number 4 on my list, I went with comedy. And in all honesty, it's only because I can quote it from start to finish, no problem. Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
That's a good one.
We're getting some Nick Frost and Simon Pegg action here.
Yes, sir.
It's so
Just have a
good.
pint, wait for it all to blow
my
over,
God.
you know?
You just can't beat it because it's the chemistry between two together. I love zombie movies anyway.
Yes.
And they're just nonstop hilarity. And of course, it came out when we were in high school. So hearing fuck that many times in anything was
Yeah.
hysterical and awesome.
It holds up, though.
It
Right.
does.
That one still gets voted at the top of lists of zombie
Yeah.
movies, above Zombieland and stuff like that too, or like Evil Dead even.
Right.
And
I don't agree with that one, but especially Evil Dead 2.
I mean, not the
We're gonna
original.
Army of
I
Darkness.
think I'm talking like the newer one.
I think
2011.
you're cotton-headed knee
Wow.
fuck. That's the R-rated version of Elf.
I would watch that.
Elf? Oh, I love
R-rated Elf.
Elf.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's called
Yes,
Bad
I would.
Santa.
I would. Well,
You're right.
You're right.
Can I take the beard off? No, keep it on.
I love Billy Bob Thornton.
I mean, that's the point.
There won't be a censored version of this, you guys, just so you're aware of the rest of however long this goes on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad.
Oh, fuck.
If they ever listen to it, they probably won't. They'll probably listen to 2 minutes and be like, "We're good."
You know what's good? I don't think that my parents know what a podcast is.
There you go.
I want to run that immediately made me feel better. Oh,
I'll
man.
just listen them up for
We've
it.
been having. I'm enjoying the choices you guys have picked so far.
Thank you.
Now, number 5 was.
What do I do? I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
You got to pick up that.
Put them down, Rick Bobby. Praise hail, praise Dale.
That's right. Bring in the air. He's still alive.
The last 2 choices?
Yes.
It's kind of a mix. So I'm going to tell you both, but I'll talk more about one
All
that
right.
I think outdid it. So my last 2 choices were The Fountain with Hugh Jackman,
I haven't seen that one.
which is a spectacular movie. So it goes with time travel, living same lifetimes in different eras.
You got to watch it.
It's phenomenal.
It sounds right up my alley.
It was. Chris and I were talking the other day, and it was just it came out at the wrong time. If it had come out
Yeah.
5 or 6 years later,
God, I hate
everyone
when that
loved it.
happens. I hate when things just quite aren't ready for everybody. Like people, no, not that things are the issue. People aren't quite ready for it.
Right.
You know, I hate that shit, and it's just not quite at the right time. Just even like I've seen even like just like a year and a half, 2 years.
And
Final Girls.
comes
That
back.
happened to the Final Girls.
yes,
Have
That
you
was
seen
so
that?
funny.
I love that movie.
So funny.
It's such a good homage too.
For whatever reason, when I think about movies that didn't get the attention that they deserve, I always think of Stardust.
yes.
I
love
Tristan.
Tristan that whole movie.
Tristan Thorne.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a great, that's perfect fantasy.
Yep.
And that's Neil Gaiman, but
I told you last month.
I'm talking about it
I
forever.
think that
And De
it's
Niro?
the modern day Princess Bride for a new generation.
Yes,
it should have
exactly.
been.
Yeah, because Prince Bride still holds up.
I have only
Oh,
ever had,
I love Princess Bride.
I've only ever had one conversation with somebody where they mentioned having seen the movie.
Hey, wait a second. I recognize that beard. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
So I guess number 6, if you will,
That's fair.
it kind of goes along with the same thing with Kubrick and paying attention to detail, and that was Get Out. I was
Oh,
immensely
Get Out.
impressed by
Get
Jordan
Out.
Peele's
Good movie.
writing and directing and all the things he did, because I probably watched it 8 or 9 times.
What a debut.
Right. And I didn't expect it. It'd be like if you told me Jim Carrey is doing a horror movie, I'd be like, okay, this is going to be Ace Ventura meets Shaun of the Dead meets...
He tried. It was
Joker
the number
2.
23, and it was not good.
No.
No, it was not.
But, yeah, so Get Out, I absolutely loved everything about that whole movie.
That was...
I
And it was
went
great
in
writing.
Not knowing anything about it either. Did you go in that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that,
we screened it and we hadn't even watched the trailer.
I love when that happens. And you
I
don't know
never
anything,
saw
and
the
you're
trailer.
so surprised at how good it is. I love when that happens.
I walked out wondering why hadn't he done a movie like this sooner?
Right.
Right.
Because I never really watched Key and Peele. Like I'd seen clips and stuff, and it was funny. I was like, "Hey, he's a funny guy, and he's doing this really serious movie." And
Can
I
we
was
take a
like,
break so I can speak?
I don't know.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that.
All right, we're
It's
going to call
still
this
fun.
intermission or
Yeah.
whatever, I guess.
Yeah, at the
That's
right
just so that I
time.
can have a
Everything was
record of
pitch
me saying-
perfect. You can edit that shit out, man, and just come. I think it's a masterclass.
I think
The
it
TSA.
is now possibly our
I'm
favorite.
enjoying the conversation.
Let's go.
Maybe go into intermission.
Maybe next episode.
We'll do different categories now, so we'll do music.
How fucking strong I am.
But yeah, that's my list.
That's a great
Very
list.
good list. Because I made another list for oldies, but we'll probably talk about
Oldies
that.
like
We'll say
30s.
70s and back.
okay. No. Process server.
Talking about Buster Keaton and
I'm happy that you had a list with that.
great job. Do you like the original? Or, I know it's not the original, but do you like the Phantom of the Opera with
Yes.
all changing?
You got the coolest job
Or no,
ever.
not
You
senior.
do have that.
Love that.
You're so
Dude,
think of that, man.
Nosferatu's on my list.
Oh,
He's
come
good.
on.
Have you ever seen Shadow of the Vampire?
Yes.
Yes, I love that. It's her
Don't
science,
bestow
biology,
blast,
the
don't
future.
bestow
Watch
hands
Nosferatu
down
over
over
my
Shadow
Shadow of the Vampire.
The cross joint.
Have you seen it? It's
It's
our
such a
other
good
compadre's turn.
Craziest thing is that
Well,
you're
I
still
know.
just quoting like a 5
You
minutes.
know, you're a real fucking asshole. I'll tell you that right now.
It's that quotable.
It's gonna be tough.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys watch
Um,
The Boys?
They're all
That
good.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Those
My go-to.
I had low expectations because I was like, it's a kid version of Superbad, but then I
You are
watched
right
it.
about that.
But then I watched it and I was like,
I love
oh man,
Chris Farley's
shit,
probably
it's
my
hilarious.
favorite actor. I mean,
What was it called?
I mean,
Good boy.
The good one. The good one. Yeah. He just sent me that gif like yesterday.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah,
The one
it's
is so
amazing. Like their chemistry, him and David Spade together.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh,
insane chemistry.
Yeah.
Every time I hear his name, I
Just
think of
so,
the movie Due Date.
It's gone so soon.
'Cause that's what Zac
I
Efron's
still wonder, like,
character
what could
changes
be
his
his
last name
career today.
You're
He's
right.
actually
It's the
Chippendale
trick
sketch with Patrick Swayze.
And I love when he
That was great.
you know, living a van down by the river, and he trips on the table.
Not scripted.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that I
Did
heard
you see
David
the
Spade
music?
talking about. Yeah,
Literally record an outro.
Be
so much fun. I can't
breaking
even-
character
no.
laughing.
No,
They
I
could
don't
not
know.
hold it.
Oh shit!
I love when
Oh,
he backs
God
the
damn it.
door.
Yeah, I did
and
start
tells
it
him
back.
we're undercover. What'd you do?
Have you seen Apple?
Yes, we've seen it.
I'm done the podcast every 5 minutes. I'm so
Oh,
big.
They say that. They say that on the
Excellent
podcast on the left all the
Yes,
time. So
very
I
good.
think we're good. Timeless too. And
There is a lot of
like
freedom of
Brian
speech.
did, That's a
Like
good
the
podcast.
next one.
As long as we're
That's
not
my favorite
Voyage.
murder.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Totally
Nice.
transformed.
Yeah, love that. One of my biggest issues nowadays is when they take true life stories and put them as a movie. They add shit.
Yeah.
And just to me, it's unnecessary. The story itself is enough. You
Embellish.
don't need to embellish anything. I can't stand when they embellish it. I'll watch a movie if I don't know the story beforehand. I'll watch it, go out, search it, see what's true, and I'll find out. I mean, what they took so many liberties. It's like this isn't even the real story, and they didn't need to do that. But I feel like they stayed really well with this story, and
Only a few ones.
it's just great acting.
That's got to be an executive decision to try and make the movie more like broadly appealing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, have they not figured out at this point that doing that makes it feel disingenuous?
Yeah.
And it makes the entire thing come across as not something you can relate to.
And then they may not trust other movies again that are true,
Yeah.
that do tell the truth, because they're like, we've seen this shit before, and
There's
they
so
lie.
many true life stories that are out there that are deserving of a good movie, but they won't get touched because it's not exciting enough, right? Or whatever.
I've always liked Julia Roberts. I got a soft spot for Pretty Woman. That's my rom-com that I like. It's one of the few. Yeah, I got like 4 or 5. Huh?
See, I like My Best Friend's
My best
Wedding.
friend's
There you
wedding.
go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not my best friend's girl.
But I think in Erin Brockovich, she took it to like level 1,000.
Did she not win Best Actress for that?
I know she was
I think-
nominated.
I
and she
believe
didn't win.
she was nominated. I believe that's the one thing it did win was Best Actress.
The makeup was really good. They should have got a makeup nod
Wardrobe,
too. Yeah, and wardrobe.
I wasn't super
Is there cheese in it?
conscious. Yeah, the whole thing's mostly cheese.
That's nice.
Yeah, she won Best Actress. It was nominated for Best Picture.
She deserved it.
What did it lose to?
Stevens,
Where am
I
I?
did. We're boomers, bro. We're all boomers.
Are we?
No, I don't know.
We're probably
Oh.
all millennials.
Guess what though? I don't give a fuck.
Is that right?
Pepsi bottle, Coca-Cola glass. I don't give a damn.
Lost to Gladiator.
Really?
Also,
I
another
remember
really good movie. That was stacked noms.
that one was huge. Yeah. But the only thing that I remember about Gladiator was how much people who are into history were like, it's not even close.
No. Just like we were just talking about,
Yeah.
based on a true story.
Yeah.
But
I can't believe that won. That's over.
I do love Gladiator. If you look at it, it's just a fictitious kind of fable almost.
Yeah.
Then
It's the story that we haven't been told. That's something that's interesting about movies now is a lot of them are leaning towards like inspired by true events or true stories, or instead of trying to come up with a story, just releasing the same story again with different names or the same exact names and just calling it a reboot.
Yeah.
God,
Producers don't know what the fuck they want. They don't know what the fuck to do.
they don't know what we want.
They don't know.
Yeah,
and they don't know how to let creative people do their creative shit. Just
Right.
leave them alone. You hired them for a reason. Let them do what you hired them to do.
That's the sort of stuff that always brings me back to John Carpenter and Stanley Kubrick and everything like that. Those guys who would,
It's like, fuck you, I'm doing what I want.
this is what we're doing.
Right.
This is my movie. This is what we're doing.
Next one is probably one of my. If I had to, anytime anyone ever asked me what my all-time favorite movie is, this is the first movie that pops in my head. I really don't know what I can say is my all-time favorite movie. It probably depends on my mood. But it's definitely up there. Is Scream.
Wow!
I'd never watched any of them. The third one already come out, and I had a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine in high school. She would talk about it. She just loved movies, loved Ned Campbell. I was like, I guess I'll have to watch these. So I watched them, and I was like, I would fall asleep every night watching Scream. Like, so over and over. I just loved the movie.
So fucking good.
It was I loved the cheesiness of it, but also the rules, the Randy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
He was
almost
great.
like riding the line between parody and homage.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think the reason that it feels like that is because it became the most parodied and lampooned scary property.
Yeah.
Like that Ghostface mask, that became so ubiquitous. It was everywhere. So that became the one thing that another movie could reference, and like, oh, they're making fun of this.
3 sucks balls.
So
3 is bad. 3 is not.
yeah, just no.
2 I like
2's
pretty
okay.
good.
Yeah.
So if you think about it as it was, like watch it with a clear mind and only see that, it's almost a perfect scary movie. It like that serial killer.
You gotta be able to see like,
slasher
the
thing.
homage part though, because it does seem like he's
Oh, yeah.
he's homaging what he's done himself and what other people have done, and the balls on him to kill Drew Barrymore like that and shock everybody when it first came out. I mean, good lord,
So good.
I fucking love that movie.
That movie set the bar for every other movie like that,
And
it takes a lot for it to come close.
Oh yeah,
Freaky was good.
Yes.
I love Freaky, dude.
Vince Vaughn. That was
He
one of my
did
favorite
such
actors.
a good job.
I was shocked. Like looking at the trailer, I was like, "It's gonna be pretty good." And then it was even better than I thought. I was like, "This."
Yeah.
When I
I
saw the
love the
trailer,
opening.
my initial thought, honestly, was just a deep sigh. Like, here we go again.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought generic Freaky Friday horror
Yes,
twist.
I was expecting the
There's
same
so
thing.
much more.
I realized that it was a Blumhouse. I should have, because that would have been the first clue that it was probably going to be pretty good.
They have had some misses lately in the past few years, though, like La Luana
Yes.
Yeah.
and a lot of the Annabelle movies. Annabelle Comes Home. I gotta say, I don't know if y'all seen that, the one where she lets everything out from the basement. I actually kind of thought that was fun. That kind of reminded me of Poltergeist because it's set in that time, and they have like the guy that guides people in the underworld with the key, not keys, the coins on his eyes.
Look away from my eyes just for a second. I can't right now.
Are you baked still?
Yes.
Me too. Cool beans. Who else is baked still? Raise your hand. You're not?
No, all I do is drink.
Paul drinks.
I don't smoke anymore.
Oh, okay.
I've been drinking a lot of whiskey.
I hear
I
you.
make up for it.
I hear you. Hey, you want to see my titties?
What's that tattoo? What's that?
It says, dream as if you'll live forever, live as if you'll die today. And then I got the Spurs and the Navy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Little Navy boy, little Navy boy, little Navy boy.
In the Navy.
In the Navy. Yeah, down Periscope. There we go.
All right. The next one, my fourth, is Twister. I love
Man.
like destructive, like end of. Well, it's not really end of world movies, but those kind of movies,
Like a disaster
movies. I love disaster movies.
Before they
Even-
got played out.
yeah,
Plus
even
they have
cheesier
to
one, like even like
stack
2012. I like 2012.
I did not hate 2012.
There's something
I didn't like it because it gives me anxety.
apocalyptic end of world movies I just like. So it makes me think about, could this really happen?
Yeah.
I'm probably a little too interested in like the ways the world could end. I end up freaking myself out. Like I'll be smoking like, oh my god,
It's going to happen.
the meteor coming right for us and they don't even know.
Yeah.
Did you see Geostorm?
Yeah.
What'd you
That's
think of Geostorm?
Suck balls. I'm sorry. I'm just telling my opinion.
I think that was everybody's opinion, buddy.
It was bad.
I love Twister, though.
I couldn't
I love
finish it.
Twister.
Oh wow.
Twister is so fucking good.
Yes. Let's get back to Twister.
Yes.
And it's got a stacked cast.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Philip Seymour
yeah,
I was about to
Hoffman.
say it too. I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so
I feel like,
good.
was that his? I don't want to say breakout role, like his first kind of big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was his
I
big
think,
first
that was the
part
first.
of
Because
his
did
big
he do?
blockbuster.
He did Capote pretty soon after that one, I think, and that was the one he got the Oscar for. And after that, it was wide open.
Yeah.
Wide open
Man.
spaces.
Hey, we lost him too.
The effects are still
Yeah.
pretty good too on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For that day and age.
Yeah, for the year, it's not too bad.
That is one that when I watch it now, I still do it on the VHS that I have.
Oh, nice.
Twister is one of those 90s movies that really well captures the feeling of a movie from the 90s. Like Speed does the same thing
Yes.
for me.
Speed's a great movie.
Like they feel a lot alike.
As far as like the high anxiety and stakes, yes.
That's what they were going for because life was pretty good back then. So
I don't know
things
if
were
you
pretty
could tell,
chill.
but way in the background of Speed, Twister's taking place.
Twister's taking place. It's all going at the same time.
Yeah.
They don't want you to know that stuff.
Dude, Speed's one of my favorites. It's good. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I also watch that one on VHS whenever I watch
Me
it.
as well. That one's, you can find it at every Goodwill.
Yeah. I don't know why, because it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
I just
As a
found
Twister.
Page Master.
Oh, I saw that.
Yes.
Love
Steven
Page
Tyler. Or Steven Tyler? Richie Tyler.
Yeah, not
Sorry.
Steven Tyler.
My
Steven
bad.
Tyler. What if it was Steven Tyler? Now Macaulay Culkin, Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, it's Christopher.
Yeah, he's the best. I love him. Doc.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I thought he was. I
Yeah.
thought he was.
Oh,
Wait, what's your number 4?
That was my
that's
number 4.
Air.
Twister,
Okay.
Twister
I'm
was my number
good.
4.
great,
I'm
Steve.
actually going to switch. I was going to do A Star Is Born, but I don't want to do that one.
which one?
Which
A
one?
Star Is Born?
Yeah,
Which
which
one?
There's been 3.
Oh, the
Five.
most recent one with Bradley
The
Cooper.
Chris Christopherson winning Barbara Streisand.
No, the one with
I got it.
recent one. Lady Gaga and Black
God,
Bradley
that
Cooper.
ending. That
And that, like,
ending.
I wanted to pick that one. It made me, like, when we were talking about earlier, how, ending a movie on kind of a negative note and him killing himself. And I was like, I could see it coming a mile away. I was like, he's going to kill himself.
Yeah,
and he did. I was
yeah.
like, I still was hoping that maybe that wouldn't happen, but it did.
Yeah.
But I'm going to replace. I'm just curious what your all's thoughts are on this movie. It is up there. It's one of my top movies.
I'm intrigued.
It is Short Circuit.
Oh, dude.
Johnny number 5.
Johnny
Oh,
Five,
really?
dude.
Are you kidding me? But I didn't know until years and years and years later that the guy that was Indian in the movie is not even Indian. He is white. He
Oh
faked
my
the
God.
accent for the movie, and I didn't know that. I just assumed that he was Indian, and he was not.
It was a different time.
Yeah,
That's all I don't know what else to say.
can't do that now.
No.
You're right. Was it just for like did the TV one count?
I was obsessed with Johnny Five when I was a kid. I wanted him on Johnny Five so bad.
My list is complete now. It's your,
Is it my
it's your
turn?
turn.
There you go.
My go-to just happy movie is Uncle Buck.
I love that choice.
Hell
I love
yes.
John Candy.
He's fantastic.
You could say
And every
questions.
time I watch Uncle Buck, he feels like my uncle, you know? And like when I watched as a kid, and he's just so lovable, and I love the way he plays kind of like a dipshit, but a lovable dipshit, and he just means well. And it's just a great movie, and it's John Hughes, and John Hughes is pretty much always hitting it on the mark when he was alive. Excuse me.
Choking up a little bit.
I thought you were. I was like, oh, he's getting emotional.
No.
I respect that. Get
I was
emotional.
about to be like, I don't
I
know.
do get emotional about certain movies because I love movies.
If you're gonna get emotional about movies, John Hughes ones are good ones to do it too.
I do it to Muppets. Muppet Christmas Carol tears
No.
me up every time.
Oh,
VHS
dude.
version.
I had the clam show of that.
Where they do the song "The Love Is Gone."
At Treasure Island
And Muppet Treasure Island's great.
with Tim Curry.
I love
I've got cabin fever.
R.I.P. Tim Curry.
Did he die?
I'm pretty sure.
No, he didn't.
I'm like 90% sure he's still alive.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he was-
Oh, he had a stroke.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's in a
That's what I'm
wheelchair.
thinking.
He's not dead.
He can't really talk very well. He's in a wheelchair. That's what I was
Damn,
thinking.
he looks like that. I didn't know he was.
Yeah,
he
he had a full on stroke from what I read, and he was great in Home Alone 2 as well. And,
Yeah,
and the
That was
original
the first
Pennywise.
time I saw him was in Home Alone 2.
Me
I
too.
think me
The
too.
first movie I saw right now.
Yeah. And then I saw him in the mini series where he killed it as Pennywise. He is the best part of that. No doubt about it. Just Tim Curry's just fucking fantastic. My Oscar movie that I thought probably should have won an Oscar is another John Hughes classic, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Nice.
I think it's just awesome. And the end when he realizes that he's had a great time with Dell, and he goes back for him, and then it quick cuts to them both carrying Dell's trunk together to the house. It's just it's perfect. It's a perfect Thanksgiving movie, and I think that the plot deserved at least a nomination.
Oh yeah,
At least me.
it's a perfect buddy movie,
And it's
Like,
hilarious,
yeah.
and almost every joke lands.
Still,
Yeah. I just watched it the other day.
that's a testament to good writing. If it's funny generationally, like
Yeah, not
Exactly.
just
Anybody-
pop culture or what's
Right.
relevant right now.
like my parents would never pick Pineapple Express or Tropic Thunder as their
Absolutely
two favorite
not.
movies.
How many of the favorites are we supposed to have? 3.
5 altogether. You
I got it. I did it.
Yay!
Actually, I got 4 because I got an honorable mention. Is that all right?
Yeah, hold it down.
All right, number 1 in order of favorite right now, and this always fluctuates because you see movies all the time, and my list of favorite movies always flips around a little bit. There's always some constants, but a lot of them flip around like little flippy boys. I'm baked as fuck.
They just flip it and flop it.
Flipping and flopping. Alright. My number one favorite movie of all time, Back to the Future. It doesn't get any cooler than Marty McFly. It doesn't get any fucking cooler than that DeLorean time machine. 1.21 gigawatts up my ass, motherfuckers. This is an R-rated program. Please do not watch with your children.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but I was trying to look at your list, and I did not know that said Back to the Future. I was like, Back to the fuck? I don't.
Back to the Flock. That's my band name. No, dude, my handwriting has always been fucking
Mine's
awful.
Mine's trash, dude.
Yeah,
As long as you can read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares?
Number 2, Silverado. I don't know if y'all seen
I haven't
it.
seen that either.
Oh god, it's so good. It's so good.
Who's in it?
Good. Kevin Kline, Danny Glover,
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner in his first film role ever.
He plays a himbo cowboy. That's a good shot.
When did it come out?
No, with Good with a Horse. And
Dopey
Scott
shit.
Glenn. Scott Glenn came out in 1985. It got crushed by Back to the Future. Lawrence Kasdan wrote it and directed it.
It is so good.
Fucking tastic. Fantastic.
That opening, the character introductions in that movie are like reminiscent of like the classic westerns, where you realize who's important and why very quickly.
Yes.
Like
You saw it?
Kevin
It's
Kline's
good,
introduction,
yeah.
where he wins that like duel with the rusty pistol
And he just stands still the whole time.
in his fucking pajamas.
Yeah. And it goes under, it goes barely under. I almost took his balls off.
Yes.
How much to borrow it? The guns are for sale. I love when he first sees it and he goes down and hits the style like, oh shit,
It's
this
a part of it.
reflex. And I love after he shoots the guy, he fucking goes, like he wants to get out of this life so bad, but he's so good at being a gunslinger that everything he just gets pulled back in. Brian Dennehy's in it too.
Yeah. Perfect character introduction there. It tells you everything you need to know, like what his motivations are and everything. That's a good pick.
Thank you. And number 3 is Inner Space with Martin Short and Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. Fantastic science fiction movie. It's when Dennis Quaid, if you haven't seen it, Dennis Quaid is a pilot, like an ace pilot, but he has a wreck and he kind of gets drunk and becomes an alcoholic and he signs up for this test thing and he gets injected accidentally into Martin Short and they have to work to get him out.
He gets shrunk first.
Yeah, no, they just shove Dennis Quaid up his ass.
Bash him in there.
No. Yeah, he gets shrunk in this little machine and he goes into Dennis Quaid's ass. No, I didn't go
It's a
into
tiny
his ass.
machine. He gets shrunk
where he
in there.
makes
He
it
gets shrunk
trust.
again.
It's like Men in Black 1 where I'm murdered.
It's like it's really good science fiction. It's got a little bit of a spy element too. It got nominated for special effects. The practical effects are amazing with the Dennis Quaid's little machine inside Martin Short. And what else can I say about it? I just fucking love it. There's a really cool stunt with GT 500 Mustang and Martin Short hanging off the side of it. It's practical. It's a practical stunt, and it's fucking awesome. I'm assuming it looks like maybe he's probably on wires somewhere. Because I don't know how.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Because you can see Martin Short's face.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
The whole way. He's got to be on wires.
Yeah.
Could they get wires out in 85?
That's what I'm wondering. It's him. Because you can clearly, it's a clear shot. And they
Would
go
have been
like
one of
around.
the super thin, like almost like fishing line.
Oh, didn't they talk about that in Stuntman React? I think they said back in the day they just used literally like fishing line.
The one guy that did
Yeah,
dead drop.
that's probably what they did.
Classic.
But yeah, Inner Space.
Was that Spielberg?
Fantastic. It's an Amblin production. Steven Spielberg produced it, and Joe Dante directed it.
Okay. What else did Joe Dante do?
Gremlins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, that is a great one.
I didn't realize Gizmo was Howie Mandel until I was an adult.
I didn't either until about a year or two ago, and I was like, "What? It's just little like fucking sounds. Anybody can do it. Why pay the money for it?"
Yeah, clean everything.
Hell, I did, yeah. I'm selling this fuck. How about you?
I love that. It's not even like anything against Howie Mandel. It's the studio. Like, why would you spend the money on someone going,
Well, he was doing hot with comedy right then. Why would you hire him and pay extra money when you could literally just
there's
get
homeless
anybody-
dudes on the corner in LA making
Yeah,
those noises
and
all
that's
day
what I'm
long.
saying. Gizmo could have been a fucking meth addict for all we fucking know.
That'd be amazing.
Because they had what?
Meth Gizmo.
Vin Diesel doing the voice of Groot.
Yes.
How much they fucking paid him just to say I am Groot?
God.
I am Groot. They paid him what? Like
You can modulate a 4-year-old to say that shit.
I am Groot. Are you fucking kidding me?
Did it not get ran through like a dozen filters anyway?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could do it to a 4-year-old's voice. That it
How many
need to
different
get
times do you have to
Vin
say it
Diesel.
before they just choose one recording and they're like, well, this one fits?
I don't think he's done a new one in a long time. To
What,
be
a
honest
new
with you.
movie?
No, a new I Am Groot. I think they filmed probably for like 5-6 hours. Well, they not filmed, but recorded, and they
To the
just
internet.
got a whole. They just got
I
a
think Matt's
whole
looking it up.
Groot library, and they can use whatever. My honorable mention, while you're looking that up, perfect timing. I just had to throw it in there because nobody really knows about it.
Sorry. For every I am Groot in the film, James Gunn said that Vin Diesel probably had to say it about 500 times to get it right. For every one.
To get it right,
Yeah.
I am Groot. I'm baked as fuck.
I feel like this can't be right. For Guardians of the Galaxy in Volume 2, he was paid $54 million.
I would have been
We could all do that. Why? What is happening with the world? Something isn't right.
Okay, fuck the podcast. This
Did
is
you
now.
hear that?
This is voice auditions for everyone.
She's gotta hear this. For saying I am Groot, Vin Diesel got $54 million.
just to say I am
54,
Groot.
just to say I am Groot.
54.5.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know you said earlier. They probably put
It's
through
making
so
me
many
so mad.
filters.
So,
now.
okay. So he had to say it around 500 times for every time he said it in the movie.
I think he's a dumbass.
How many times
When
he
in
said
the
it in the
interviews,
movie?
he
Yeah,
says
that's what I'm
that.
looking up.
He's a walking thumb.
He
That's actually like he looks like the thumb people from Spy Kids.
Yes.
Oh, my honorable mention is the Black Call. Disney put it out and
Four. So
And-
1,000.
4.
He said I am Groot 4 times.
That's
So he had to do 2,000 takes.
he got paid
Holy
$27,000.
shit!
Each time he said I'm Groot, he made $27,000.
It's making me mad.
Right?
I mean, how the world shouldn't be like this.
No.
Let's get back to happy
I keep
things.
it paid
Yes,
54.
please finish your list. I'm sorry to interrupt.
This is
Over
it.
about
This is it. I
Vin
think
Diesel.
y'all might enjoy this, or if you've seen it, we can talk about it for a minute. It's called The Black Hole, and it was made in 1979. I think it was Disney. They did it. It was their response to Star Wars, but it's a lot darker, and it's kind of scary, actually, the robots in it. They look kind of like the Dark Troopers from Dark Forces. And
What year?
just, I think 79.
The black hole.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you said black coal.
No, the Black Hole.
Yeah,
I thought so too. That's I was like, this is.
I swear to God, I was
Black titties. How many times I gotta say it?
Black coal. All coal is black. That's what I'm like, were they making
No.
some weird?
No.
Okay, there we go.
Darker than Star Wars? Pretty
This
good
is
movie.
this is some
Yeah,
cool
it's
looking
darker
Doctor
than
Who
Star
looking
Wars.
shit.
Yeah,
This
it's
looks like
it's
Stormtroopers.
good. It's good. It's an actually good movie, but apparently
That's the Wish version of Star Wars.
it's nothing like Star Wars. But they marketed it that way, and that's why it failed because people went expecting a new
Right.
type of Star Wars type movie, and they didn't get it. It's like straight up. It could be a Twilight Zone episode. It's just in movie form.
That's why Disney bought Star Wars. They're like, we couldn't beat you with the black hole. We're just going to buy you.
Yeah, for real. We're gonna buy everything.
One time in 1979, never hit it again.
The robots in it, I think, look pretty dope.
Do you want to know who voiced one of the robots? Slim Pickens.
Yeah, he plays the good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
His
pretty
name's
cool.
fucking Slim Pickens.
He's pretty cool. Yeah, the robot's pretty cool.
I thought you were saying they were Slim Pickens. I was like, what's his name? No,
Yeah. His name is Roddy McDowell and Slim Pickens.
The
right.
bad robots are really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Practical effects, though, you know what I really enjoyed was time advance. Because I didn't realize they weren't all.
Classic.
And a director from Monty Python did that. So
Cool. Now I have to mark the time so I can go back and
I
cut up
haven't
all
seen
say.
it around.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dwarfism? Are these all the times we've said something racist or wrong that you got to take out?
No, it's not. That's not what all of them are.
That's what I first saw. I was
Wait,
like,
are you
weird.
taking out all my titties?
Yeah, I actually have from 151 to 213 is when I was talking, and that's all that I cared about. So I'm marking down whenever everybody else starts to talk. I'm just going to cut all of it out.
I'm too baked. I didn't hear. I was trying so hard to listen, and my brain was literally going, "Dude, you ain't gonna be able to do this."
It's okay.
Stare at him.
My bad.
What's some more good horror?
No, I don't
I thought you could.
shit.
Evil Dead 2.
I mean, I know other people are going to give a shit, and
I love that.
now there is a record of me saying that I don't give a shit. Did you
Have
say
So
that?
you gotta erase that too. So you better
Have you seen Bubba Hotep?
Wait,
Have
did
y'all
I?
seen Bubba Hotep?
I'll just start watching right there, and it's only been a minute. We can't have said that often, so.
I'm just gonna throw it in. Anytime someone's talking about something that I can't comment on, I'm just gonna be like.
That's a safe word for conversation.
I'm getting a twisted tea.
Okay.
Hold on, from me, I'm a real fucking G. Oh shit, dude, I was really doing it.
Keep going. Don't.
Kiss my ass, motherfucker.
What time is it?
I feel like I'm dying and being birthed at the same time. Am I just stoned?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about with like when I ate those cookies and it felt like I could feel the air pressing on my body.
It feels good though, in a way.
It's like a hug.
It
It's
feels
like the
good, but I'm
universe
kinda
is giving you a
paranoid,
big
you know what I
hug.
mean? Like it feels like I'm like this feels pretty good, but then I'm like, fuck, what if something's wrong?
Like gravity and the Earth's atmosphere are just like wrapping up
I'm
on you.
just baked.
And they're like, hey, we got you. You're good.
I'm freaking out. I'm what did David Dapper Dennis do?
Mellow.
Goose fraba.
You mellow?
Like Jello.
We didn't talk about Cheech and Chong. We did. Yeah, we have so many.
Up in Smoke is a classic. It's so funny.
My go-to is always Half Baked
Really?
with Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle's always
Gotta go
a
find out
solid
what
choice.
Swiss, and then I go up and smoke.
like,
Friday, of course.
Yes.
oh man,
I had that.
there's a
I had
pantheon
those
of good like stoner movies.
It's just
Grandma's
gonna-
Boy.
Yeah, Grandma's Boy
Oh,
is
dude.
fantastic. I haven't seen that in a while. I need to watch that.
Adios, turd nuggets.
This is good too because y'all keep bringing up movies that I haven't thought about in years, and now I have things to watch again.
Yay!
Or Paul. Paul smoked a little.
Hey, any of y'all
Paul was
seen
good.
Extreme Prejudice?
Yeah.
Extreme Prejudice with Nick Nolte.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a turn.
It's playing in my head.
Matt, how you feeling?
Good.
That was a thumbs up, everybody.
That's good.
Non-verbal responses are historically fantastic for audio-only experiences.
Oh, hello, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Is this a Wendy's?
I still got Ritos.
Oh, fuck, I never opened my chips because they're a terrible thing to eat while podcasting.
It's good. We're done now.
If anybody watches this and can speak Klingon, I'm looking for lessons. Hit me up.
All right, I'm Chris.
I'm Matt.
I'm sign languaging. I'm Paul.
I'm Cody.
We're 4 sheets to the wind. Thanks.
Bye.